with somebody who doesn't need introduction. Emmanuel Acho, who was nominated this morning for a Primetime Emmy now?
Primetime, big dog. You know, I said we got to handle sports first, got to take care of home.
Yeah.
But now you got to go try to beat everybody else at what they do best.
Dog.
Primetime.
Dog, you are the man, for real. I'm glad to just know you. You know there's 2 E's in Emmanuel, right? And you already got 1 E, sports. Come on, Primetime, hook my boy up. So y'all can hook me up. Let's get it started with the NBA Finals. And Giannis, who put the Bucks on his back for a huge win in Game 3 on Sunday. Giannis dominated with a game-high 41 points and 13 rebounds. Lord, he has now scored over 40 points in back-to-back Drake games, putting him just 2 games behind Michael Jordan, who holds the record of 4 straight games with at least 40 points in the finals. So, Acho, Emmy Acho, part 1. What has Giannis proven so far in the finals?
To me, he's proven everything, Sal.
Everything?
Everything.
You know what that means, right?
Yes.
Everything.
Yes, everything.
Oh,
whatever you want to name, you can name it. He's proven, 1, that he's in contention for the best player in the world. 2, he's proven that he is a clutch basketball player, not just a regular season clutch basketball player, but a postseason clutch basketball player. Number 3, I'm losing count, but I can keep going. Number 3, he's proven that you have to mention his name along the likes of LeBron, Shaq, KD when you talk about finals dominance. Even though KD lost, KD has some dominant performances when he lost. We all know what LeBron James has done in the finals and what Shaquille O'Neal has done in the finals. Here's the thesis statement of Giannis, which if you hear nothing else about Giannis all day today, understand this.
I'm so glad they kept me off camera for all that. Keep going.
Understand this, Sal.
Lord.
You don't appreciate Giannis, and I'm personalizing this and saying
talk to
you
me.
don't.
Yeah.
You don't appreciate Giannis because you're not familiar with what he looks like.
What you mean?
His gameplay. What do I mean, Sel?
He Kevin Durant with muscles. I've seen that.
No, he's not. If he was, we'd appreciate him.
Well, he can't
But here's
shoot.
what, bingo. Giannis can't shoot. And because Giannis can't shoot, we are not familiar with that style of play. And at least if we're not familiar with it, we don't gravitate towards it. Because Giannis has the efficiency and the productivity of Shaquille O'Neal. But Shaquille O'Neal never left the paint. Giannis brings the ball up the court. Giannis is 6'11" with a handle, but he can't shoot. So we don't like that. If you can't shoot, you're not doing nothing for me, Giannis. However, you go 15 of 22, drop 40 points. Next game, you go 14 of 23, drop 40 points, 13 of 17 from the free throw line. But because Giannis doesn't do it how we're used to seeing it done, we just don't like it. I compare Giannis to a Google phone and everybody else to the iPhone.
What's a Google phone?
A Google phone, exactly right.
Is that an Android?
No, it's a phone. Google has their own phone. And Google's phones actually have a better camera than the iPhone. High quality pixels, etc. They function with just as much efficiency, if not more, than the iPhone. But we all ask ourselves, what's a Google phone? Because we're not used to a Google phone. And so while it is actually just as efficient and just as productive as the iPhone, we're used to the iPhones because they slicker, they smoother, they got better commercials. But a Google phone is actually just as quality. Giannis is just as quality, productive, efficient as the greatest finals performers of all time. But because he don't look the part, we're like, he's still got a lot to prove. He ain't got nothing left to prove, big dog.
Dang, man. You put so much into that take. Now, maybe it's because you're nominated for so many damn Emmys, you know they're watching, so you got to do it like that. But, woo, you put a little too much on that.
Too much,
you know what I'm saying? That's like when you go to grandma's like, oh, I like your French toast, grandma. Let me have some more. She said, oh, baby, I'm going to make up a new batch. More nutmeg. You be like, nah, grandma, not more nutmeg. Now it's just got sweet tooth up in here. You got sweet tooth up in here. When Giannis is shooting, they shooting. Made you look. Nobody looking out there when he's shooting because he can't shoot. And that's what his problem is. That's the problem right here. Let me give him his flowers first, because I'm going to give him half a dozen. He ain't getting a full dozen like you just gave him. He don't deserve a full dozen. He don't get no bouquet. He get the off-ramp flowers. You know what I'm talking about? Ralph's flowers. 6, not a dozen. He's great. He is great, and improving. Why is he improving? Because they tried to build the Giannis wall in years past, and that hasn't translated in this series in terms of building the Giannis wall and stopping his game. He is finding ways to get through and penetrate and live where he's most comfortable in the paint and still getting his buckets. I love that. You said this, but let me say it a different way. In a world of shooters, he can still score without being able to really shoot. Now, that may sound like a slight, but in actuality, that is a guy who's like, look, these are my rules. These are my games. These are my tools, and I will use those accordingly and still get what I want. Basically, Giannis is dictating terms out there. He knows that he goes out there and tries to shoot from the three-point line. Oh, my God. 9 attempts in these finals so far. He's only made 3. Shooting 22%, fourth worst percentage from a 3 since 1980 in the finals. So somebody, Budenholzer, I don't know who knows him. You sound like it the way you fanboy him. You need to tell him, hey, bro, stop that part, because that's the only wart on your game right now. But if you look at him, Acho, and his Google phone he's trying to use, when we know that Jordan, LeBron, Steph, KD's, all the finals greats that we know, they all got the iPhone for a reason.
Yes, sir.
You know the easiest way to getting that ball in the basket is where Giannis lives, in the paint. But the second easiest way is, if you're going to get out the paint, learn how to work outside the paint. That's why I stop short of all the greatness in terms of accolades you give him, because he still has that limiting factor to his game. No, his
sir.
shooting is his undermine right there.
Yes,
his
sir.
shooting is the one thing that you got to look at as a crutch for his game. And when they effectively put him in positions where he must shoot, that's when you see the worst version of Giannis. We have not yet seen that in these finals yet, but there's still a game of adjustments to play, and they may put him in those positions.
You are not wrong.
See, that's all.
However, you are incomplete. Had this conversation with somebody the other day, Sel. Everybody in life has baggage.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So if you just look at one individual's baggage, just understand, the next individual you look at will have baggage as well. Everybody has flaws in their game.
Right.
Why do we highlight Giannis's as if they are some sort of extreme flaws? Steph Curry, he got no post game. Luka Doncic, he fatigues in the fourth quarter. LeBron James, when he was winning titles early on, he had no three-point shot. Everybody has flaws in their game. It's just Giannis's flaws we highlight because they're different than the other flaws. Because Steph can still shoot. LeBron still had a great mid-range, and Luka, obviously, he can shoot from anywhere on the floor. But all those players have limitations, and we've seen all of their limitations. So why do we continue to highlight Giannis's limitations and overlook everything he does well? Everybody got baggage in life. Understand that. And everybody in the NBA has shortcomings. Giannis does have a shortcoming. I would be ignorant and naive to act as though the dude has a great jump shot. We know he doesn't. But everybody got flaws. Giannis is still finding a way to overcome his flaws and navigate the court efficiently and effectively, more so than just about anybody we have seen, while also getting dubs. Because remember, Sel.
No. First of all, he doesn't have dubs.
He has a dub.
See, that's what I'm saying. The hyperbole. Dub.
Okay, you got dubs in the playoffs.
Singular.
But look, here's what we ignored.